Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles. I'm just here counting money. Why am I counting money? Because a lot of you, well, this isn't that money, but a lot of you just got stimulus checks not that long ago, and I thought, hell, I'm going to help you spend it, right? So we have decided to put together something that you could order, not even from us, okay? This isn't even the stuff I'm selling. But if I had $1,400 I just got and I was going to start a new project with that stimulus check, what would I buy on Morph Market today as we film this? That was the question we were asking ourselves, so we decided to come up with an answer. So I'm going to give you my answer here in just a couple minutes. I'm going to tell you exactly the 3 snakes I chose off Morph Market. Now, we're not including shipping, but we did stick to the United States. So you can get these, but you'd be a little over. And then we're going to slide over to Patreon, and on Patreon, Kurt is going to do the Patreon video, and he's going to reveal his list. We did make some rules because I'll tell you, and most of you are probably already turned this off, but if you're still with me, you know that if you give me $1,400, say, Matt, I'm sorry, I'm tracking the fly flying through the air. You can spend $1,400 on a snake project. This sumbitch right here is buying Exanthic. That's what I'm going to do, right? So the rule was I could not pick Exanthic. I had to steer away from it. No Exanthic, no head Exanthic, nothing. So no Exanthic in my list. And Kurt would probably pick some clown. So there was no clown in Kurt's list. Now, I'll be honest, I have seen his list. He hasn't seen mine, and I think my list will surprise him, and we'll find out at the end of the video. So first up, if you're going to do an investment in ball pythons, I'm going to tell you straight up that I would highly recommend investing in recessive projects. So if I'm going to make a large scale, now I'm going to go buy an animal here, I'm going to buy an animal there, I'm going to buy a genome, I'm going to do that, and I may spend some money on some of that stuff. But if I'm going to sit down and say, okay, I'm going to buy a project, I typically am going to be jumping into recessive. Not always the case. I know acid's on my want list this year, but it's been on my want list for a while. I can always kind of take it or leave it. The reason I say if you're investing recessives, they hold value better. So with my list, I did focus on recessives. Also, when you're going to buy a recessive project, I always recommend spending the most money on your male. The reason is that one male is going to be put to several females, right? You're going to get more bang for your buck on your investment buying a male that is a strong powerhouse breeder. So the first snake I looked for in my $1,400 spending was a male. As a matter of fact, I found a pastel butter desert ghost male. He was listed at $750. That's what I'm buying. Shouldn't come as a shocker. You guys know how I feel about desert ghosts. As a matter of fact, I think I bought that very similar snake. I think I've got one over there, right? So a pastel butter desert ghost male is what I would go with. And that was coming from Fireball Reptiles. Again, a name I know and trust I've purchased from before. The next snake I found was a spider het desert ghost female. Came from somebody named KDM. Sounds like they've been there for a while. I don't personally know them. But if you go find this on there, you can find them. KDM, it's a spider, 100% a desert ghost. What caught me on it, and it was priced at $300, is I'm very, very picky about my spider. This spider was up to my standards. It had the look that I want. I didn't see hardly any speckling. I saw nice, clean lines, good color. The desert ghost het probably is helping to enhance some of that color. But the lines were clean. It could fit into my breeding projects no problem without dirtying or muddying what I consider, what I like in spider. So it was right there, really nice quality. I would take my shot on that any day of the week. And so there was $300. So now if you think about it, just by those 2 snakes, I can make some bumblebee, like desert ghost, some pastel desert ghost, spider desert ghost, some lesser bee desert ghost. I can make a lot of really cool desert ghost stuff just from those 2 snakes alone. But I wanted to add one more. So the next thing I picked was an Inchy het desert ghost, also from Fireball, and that was priced at $400. Now, if you're really good at math or you're running your calculator, you're going to see that I'm over my $1,400 by $50. But I'm telling you, I'm buying 2 snakes from the same dude, so I'm going to try to negotiate that down and see if I can't get him to knock $50 off for me. And I'm going to assume I can. And if I can't, I would be willing to pull the $50 out of my pocket. You just throw it up there somewhere. So that would be the 3 snakes I'm going with. And the reason for that is, and here you can see the list right here in my chicken scratch crappy handwriting, plus one I got rid of. I originally was looking at a super pastel butter ghost, also from Fireball, but it was $1,000 and it didn't leave me enough room to spend in my $1,400 budget and get the hets I needed. But with these, it was all about the combos can I make on the desert ghost. Obviously, we're working Desert Ghost here. So Desert Ghost, I can make Desert Ghost Pastel, Desert Ghost lesser, Desert Ghost pastel lessers, Desert Ghost spiders, Desert Ghost pastel spiders, Desert Ghost pastel lessers, Desert Ghost pastel spiders lessers, Desert Ghost inchies. You get it. Desert Ghost, I mean, and then too, when you start looking, Desert Ghost by itself is this beautiful bright gene, right? The pastel with it takes it to a level beyond. I can pull one out and show you here in a second. I will pull one out and show you here in a second on its mood today. When you start putting things like inchy, which is going to enhance it further. And then, of course, we all know what spider does with pastel. I made one of the original really cool combos. So I feel like that gets me a lot of bang for my buck, and it's going to help me make some really pretty cool animals. Now, let me show you one of these, because everybody shows baby Desert Ghost. This isn't a baby. This is a young one, but not a baby. That is just pastel. So as that Desert Ghost ages, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. You mix something like inchy in here. Oh man, you're talking about some good stuff, right? So that's where I'm at. Here's another thing. Another reason why I dropped some names who I'd go with. I've bought from Fireball before. I trust Fireball Reptiles a lot. As a matter of fact, when I bought from them, that was when we hatched out our Kryptons, right? So I do know that there's some hidden genes running around his stuff every now and then, right? So we might get lucky again. Now he knows it's there too, so we may not get as lucky. But he also, when we found that, worked with us when I contacted him to help us identify what we were dealing with. So very reputable. And then there was nothing I knew bad about the other one, even though I don't know him, but his animal looked high quality in pictures. So that is my list. Kurt, any comments about that?
No.
Did the list surprise you?
No.
Really? Even that last snake? The fact that I'm buying an inchy, that didn't surprise you?
No, it's just the, I don't know, maybe the spider going in with the Desert Ghost. I don't know.
Really? But I buy a spider on everything. Imagine this with the spider pattern. Yeah. Be sexy as hell. I figured the inchy would surprise Kirk. I'm not a big inchy fan, but he usually is. But in this project, I think the inchy would go really well. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna hop up off of here, trade places with Kurt, run the camera for a few minutes, and let him give his list to Patreon.